Hello everyone, welcome to Bedside Tabletop, and tonight it is cold as a, well, you know what here, in my city, so we are going to go the opposite direction and descend into the gates of hell with Sanctum. We're not really descending into the gates of hell, but we're basically going to a city to defeat a giant demon lord that's been destroying it all. Kind of like Tristram in Diablo. As you can see, this game is partly inspired by Diablo, especially with the look of your character right here. And this is a part 2 of a solo playthrough we've been doing. Part 1 is on my channel. It was previously uploaded, so if you haven't seen that and you want to clue in on how the game plays, you should definitely watch that before you watch this video. Anyway, we're jumping right back in. We just started Act 3 again in a solo playthrough. You skip Acts 2 and 4, and we just took the move action where we moved onto this board, put out demons, and then we grabbed these two demons right here because we want to do some green gem upgrading and also get some better gear. Alright, so now we get to pick out of these 3 actions. Which one do we want to do? Now, we don't really have a lot of focus or stamina left. It might be useful to rest and then get all that back, but remember, when we rest, we have to take cards off the top of this deck, and how many cards we take off is correlated to how many skills we've unlocked, and we've unlocked 3 skills so far. And the deeper down you go in the deck, the more bad cards come out, and these are cards you're going to have to face at the end of the game, and you'll see how that works once we get there. But yeah, let's see. We could go ahead and try and fight these guys right here, 5, 2, 3, and remember we also have Shadow Dance that allows us to use a focus space twice if we put another focus token on top of it. We don't have our Rage though, so that may be a bit hard when it comes to mitigating all those dice, and I also might want to put on this stronger equipment right here. You know what, yeah, I think we're going to do the safe thing, and for our first action we are going to rest before we do any more fighting or moving. Hi, this is Future Richard. I did not take cards off of this deck when I rested, which is a big no-no. So I'm just here to say that I do it in the future, but I don't do it right now, so you gotta take my word for it. But anyway, back to the present. We are going to restore all of our stamina and all of our focus. So we take the stamina off of these spaces right here, and then take all of the focus off of these spaces right here. And then we are going to go ahead and equip items. So we've got this Knight's Helm right here that takes a red gem and gives us 2 block if we place 2 stamina down here. So we'll go ahead and equip that, and then use a red gem for that. Kind of funny how your character gets covered up by all this equipment. You can barely see the artwork anymore, which is a shame because it's actually quite nice. Alright, and then we have the Stinger right here that we probably want to equip. Now the thing with the Stinger is we can flip some dice to their 6th side, and we can also decrease a die by any amount shown right here. But what our plan was, is we wanted to upgrade our versatility card by moving a blue gem off of it, because then your pluses and your minuses are interchangeable, so you're basically increasing or decreasing by any amount that you want. So yeah, we're definitely going to equip the Stinger. Now the big question is, do we want to equip it over the plus and minus 2 or over the plus and minus 1? I think we're going to do it over the plus and minus 1. Dice are very random, but so far we've been using the plus or minus 2 much more, so we're going to go ahead and put the Stinger right there. And we used 2 green gems in order to equip that. Alright, next up, buy potions. If we had any items here, we could trash them and buy some potions. These are the ones that restore your focus and your stamina, but we are not going to do that. And then finally, check achievements. So let's see if we have any achievements. So currently we do not have 5 skills out, which is the minimum to get that 5 skill achievement. We do not have this one because we do have 3 blue gems out, but we don't have 3 of green out, so we don't get this achievement right here. But 7 equipment levels. Let's see if we have 7 equipment levels. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 equipment levels. And you can always count equipment levels by how many gems you've placed down on them. So if we place out 1 more gem, we could potentially get that achievement. So yeah, that's something in the future to look forward to. But as for now, our rest action is done. Let's go ahead and pick our next action. And you know what? We're all nice and rested, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to finally fight these guys right here. So we need a 5, a 2, and a 3 in order to defeat them. And what I'm really looking at right here is we might want to use this for upgrading to get that green gem up and gain the 2 gems of at least 3 in 2 different colors achievement. That's such a mouthful to say. Or we can use this for the equipment to see if there's a nice item under here. which that is pretty tempting. But let's go ahead and roll first before we get ahead of ourselves, so let's see. All right, we've got a 4, we've got a 3, and we have a 6. So let's see, that 3 can go right over there. Now, what to do about this 4 and the 6? Well, as I see it, that's pretty simple. We're going to use one of our focus tokens in order to use the spot on the stinger that allows us to subtract a die by any amount, and this 6 is going to be turned into a 5. And we'll go ahead and put that right here. And then for the 4, we can use a focus token on our plus or minus 2 spot, subtract it by 2, and then there we go. We've got that 2 out of a 4 that we need. And it goes right there. Okay, now we'll go ahead and grab these and let us see. Do we want the item or do we want the levels? We definitely don't want the item on this one though, because it is a level 1 demon and that's just going to be on par with the equipment that we have right here. This is a helmet though, so it could, it could be something nice, and we definitely could equip it. Because we have 2 white gems out here, we can always swap that guy out. I mean, it's a level 2 equipment, so it's got to be good, right? Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use this for its equipment. So, let's see. It is a Marauder's hat, and we have to put a stamina here, but we can put a stamina or a focus here, and that gives us 3 block. Not as great as I really wanted it to be, but okay, we'll go ahead and keep it. Maybe we can get a potion out of it in the future. And then we'll go ahead and use this guy for the levels. So we're going to move a green or a white gem up. Now this spot right here, double strike, once per attack, set one of your dice to the same number as any other die. That could be interesting, as we do have some demon pairs out here that require the same die to be spread out against the same demon. Or we can move a green off of here and then gain another focus, and of course that's going to help us out with mitigation and also blocking damage. So let's see what to do. I think we'll move this guy up so we can make it easier to get it into our gem pool, so we can get that achievement, have 2 different color gems and have 3 of each gem in that category. And that means we are going to flip this guy over and gain another permanent focus. We are really focused in on this gameplay. I like that. Alright, add it to our pool right here, and then we're just going to discard this demon since we used it for the leveling. Alright, with that, I think we are going to do some moving because we don't want to rest again. You know what, I just realized I forgot to take 3 cards off the top of this deck when we rested. It's not going to be 4 because we just gained that, and when we rested we only had those 3 out, so 1, 2, 3, we're going to take it off, and then set this deck off to the side. Okay, anyway, what were we going to do? We were going to move. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move and take some demons. Alright, here's our axe board, and if you don't remember how movement works, you basically move 1 space, then you put out the appropriate demons shown here. This is going to be a level 3 demon, alright, so it's going to go right there, and then we can grab any pairs of demons that are out on the board. Now, this versatility skill still has a blue gem on it, so I have not unlocked it, which makes our stinger less better because we can't just modify a die by any number that we want. So I do think we want to go for some blues. We also want to move that green gem up in our gem pool. But I also, you know what, I also really want some better gear though, because I really don't like this Marauder's hat that we got. As useful as it might be, fighting this level 3 demon, we could get some pretty sweet gear out of that. So, I'm wondering, maybe should we just take this and then take another pair for the future? Yeah, you know what? I quite like the idea of having better gear available to us. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy into our demon slot. And then the question is, do we want to move again? Because if we move again and go right here, we get our Divine Blessing tile, and that gives us an extra die to fight with. And we could grab one of these easy pairs out here and block damage. Yeah, you know what, guys? This might depreciate our health by quite a bit, but we are going to take a risk, and we're going to move and take out another pair of demons. So we're going to go ahead and move right here. We're going to gain this die right here and put it into our supply, and then this blessing tile gets taken off. You can just put it right here and forget about it. Also, when you reach the walls of Sanctum, you get another die in your dice pool, but we don't have that right now. And we also moved, so we got to put out a level 3 demon. demon. And look, it is a level 3 blue demon. However, we don't really want to grab this because we would not be able to defeat one of our level 3 demons and 4 damage would be incoming to us. Whereas if we took one of these pairs and we defeated one of the demons in the pair, we'd only have to face either 2 damage or 1 damage. So I think it's smarter right now to go ahead and grab a pair. Now I do kind of want to replace this guy that we have out on the board because it's level 1 and only gives us 1 stamina. And I see we have a red that gives us the same item, but it's a 2nd level. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and grab this, and this would allow us to move up a blue gem right here, and that could help us unlock our versatility skill. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab these guys and put them into our pool. And then we're going to go and fight, but first, we got to crack open that liquid death. Let's go ahead and take the fight action. We do have quite the daunting set of demons out here, but you know what? I think we can manage it. So let's go ahead and hope that we get a good roll. Ideally, we'd want everything to cover up this demon, and then something to at least kill that demon. So then we'd only have 2 incoming damage this round. But let's see. We might not get so lucky. This might turn out to be a bad idea. Okay, let's see. So we've got a 6, a 3, and a 1. Excellent. So that level 3 demon is dead. We're just going to use those outright. So 6, 3, and a 1. Oh, and look at this. We also got a 4. So that means this level 1 demon is dead as well. So we'll put it right over there. All right, that was the attack phase. Now we are going to block. And we're blocking 2 incoming damage from this demon. So what do we want to do? Well, quite simple actually. Why don't we just use 2 stamina to cover up these 2 block spaces on the Knight's Helm, and that's all that damage blocked. I'm really happy with how that went. Man, we got exactly what we needed for these demons. Anyway, let's go ahead and take these guys off. So we're definitely going to use this guy for the equipment, and whatever we get, we can't equip it because we do have a white gem here, we've got a white gem here, and we've got a red gem up there, or we can move up a red gem for this guy when we fight him in the future. So let's see what item we get. A flame heart sword. Okay, so it's going to be 2 block. If we put a stamina there, that's awesome. We can modify a dice by 1, or reduce it by 1, or modify by 2 by adding or reducing to it. Now sadly, these are purple spaces, so we can't double stack or focus on here, but this is still pretty good. I mean, I do like that single stamina block option. This is definitely going in the items pile. And then we've got this guy right here, which we are definitely going to use to level up some gems. Now moving this blue gem into our gem pool won't better help with our achievements, so we're not going to do that. Do we want to unlock versatility, or we could also move this white gem up to unlock double strike? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move up one of these white gems from here just so we can further have it in our pool, so we can make it easier for us to equip some equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and move it up right there because we kind of want that versatility, and we don't want to start taking cards off of this deck too soon because the effects of those bad cards down the deck are actually pretty punishing, as you'll see. So yeah, that might not seem like the optimal move to you guys, but it is to me. It is definitely going to come back and bite me on the ass, and you guys can be right there in the comments and say, I told you so. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Oh, and I always keep forgetting that after you fight, you can check achievements. So let's see, do we have any achievements? After careful deliberation, I have concluded that we do not have any achievements because we still only have 6 equipment levels. We don't have that 3rd green, so we can't get that green achievement, and we only have 4 skills unlocked, which if we had a 5th one, we could grab that skill achievement, but we can always do that on a future turn, so I'm not really worried about that. However, this row is going to disappear at the end of Act 3 when we go on that treasure chest, so that is something to consider. Alright, now we still got this guy on here. We can fight again and waste some of this dice, or we can just go ahead and grab a pair. Yeah, I think the smart thing to do would be grab a pair and keep on fighting because, you know, it's just so much fun. Alright, let's take that move action. Step 1, advance. Let's go ahead and advance our character. And then we're going to put out a level 3 demon right here. And it is a blue level 3 demon. Intriguing. I really like the artwork on the blue demon cards. I think it's my 2nd favorite in the game. I do think the green one looks really sick though. These guys right here that kind of have that like aliens vibe to them. I really like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab a pair. Alright, what we're going to do is we are going to grab these guys right here because I do want to move blue gems up, but I don't want to fight the level 3s, and I do want to move some red gems up with this guy. So we're going to take these demons. Alright, and then what are we going to do? We we are going to fight, of course. So, before we roll, again, we can spend our potions, but we don't have any potions. Wah, 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 too bad for us. Anyway, we're going to roll those dice. What do we want? We want 5s, we want 1s, and we want 2s. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, so we've got 2s, we've got 1s right here. Yeah, I think we've kind of hit a brick wall because this 2 can for sure kill this demon right here, and these ones can deal 1 damage to these demons, but there's no way that we're getting a 5 out of this 2, because if we add 2 to the 2, it just becomes a 4, and we don't have anything that can just increase the die by 1, and we don't have our rage. So yeah, I think we might have to settle for that on our turn. We also don't have the versatility skill unlocked, so we can't put a focus on this space and then increase by whatever amount we wanted. Probably should have taken that into account before we fought, but it's okay. You know what? We'll go ahead and assign those dice like that. So this guy for sure is dead, and then these spaces, these 1 spaces on these demons are going to be corrupted. So on our next turn, we just want 5s then to even that out. However, they're still going to deal their full amount of damage to us. So they're both going to deal 2 damage, which makes a total of 4 that we need to evade. Hi, this is future Richard again. Lots of mistakes in this video. I don't know why. But Richard should have flipped over his rage die when he ended that fight because he still had unassigned dice and he still had demons on the board. So we're going to go ahead and flip that in the future and we'll get back to the present. So we can use our stamina right here to block 1. And then unfortunately this means we're going to have to use a lot of our focus. Put it here to block 2. Put it on our cloak armor to block 3, and then, ooh, we're gonna have to spend 2 focus on the brigand's shoes in order to block that final 4th. That's not great. We've got nothing to modify with. Yeah, we're definitely resting on our next turn. Okay, but anyway, we defeated this guy right here, and we successfully blocked all the damage, and then we're definitely going to use this guy to move up a white gem or a red gem 1 space. So we'll go ahead and discard it. Now we could immediately get a red gem right here from the martial arts space, which would then help us equip the Flameheart sword for when we rest. We definitely don't want to unlock this martial arts skill though, because it immediately replaces our left weapon slot, and I want that weapon slot available to us. For right now, we're just going to move, let's move a red gem up here, 1 space. Let's do that. All right, and remember, after we fight, we get to check achievements. However, we don't have any achievements that we fulfill right now. Now, am I feeling lucky? Do I think I will roll 2 5s on my turn, or should I just do a safety rest? I mean, that is a lot of damage coming towards us, 4 damage. And at most, we'd only be able to block 1 because we can use this focus on the cloak armor to cover another blue focus space that can block. Although this space is purple right here, yeah, so we can't put that focus on top of there because it has to be solely a blue space. So yeah, you know what? This has kind of forced me to get into a position where I have to go ahead and rest because I don't want to. The trade-off for the damage is just too high. So we're going to go ahead and do that rest action right there. We're going to restore first. And then, before I forget, we are going to have to take cards off the top of this deck. We're going to be taking 4 off because we have 4 unlocked skills. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We only have 2 cards left off this top before we start getting to the terrible cards. So that's not great. I don't really like that. Alright, but now we can equip items, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and equip our Flameheart sword and put it in that slot right there. And then we're going to use 1 white gem. We're going to use 1 red gem. And we do want the block from here, so I think we're going to unequip this Palace Guard's Vambrace, and we're using the white gem that was on the Vambrace to unlock the Flameheart sword. And this means that we have 8 levels of equipment, so when we go to check achievements, we will get that equipment level achievement because its requirement is 7. Okay, and now we can buy potions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say bye-bye to this Marauder's hat right here because I don't really want it. We're going to discard it, and we're going to get a... Before I do anything, this Palace Guard's Vambrace gave us a stamina, but we've unequipped it, so we're going to take away a stamina from our pool. And I'm going to take a blue focus potion because we have the most focus. We want to make sure we're cycling out that focus. And then I'm also going to discard the Palace Guard's Vambrace, and we are going to take a stamina potion because it's better for versatility. Nice. Now we're on to the check achievements phase, and we do get achievements. We get this achievement right here that requires us to have 7 item levels. So we're going to go ahead and grab this blessing and put it to the side of our board. Alright, and that is our resting done. So now we can move and grab pairs, or we can fight. Oh man, I need to flip my rage token over, because after that fight we still had dice we didn't assign, and we still had demons out on the board, so we get this guy back. Alright, anyway, we're going to fight. We're not going to do anything silly. Let's get some 5s, please. Nice, we got 2 5s right here. Bam, we'll go ahead and place those guys right there, and these guys are dead. So we can move up some blue stuff, and I think we wanted to see what was behind this monster right here. So let's take a look. Ta-da! Steel Knight's Vambrace. So this is going to give us 2 stamina, so it's 1 better than the other Vambrace. We'll go ahead and keep that. And then we're definitely going to use this guy for levels. Yeah, you know what? We want to unlock our versatility. It's been time enough. So yeah, we're going to unlock our versatility right here. So it allows us to treat a plus like a minus, or a minus like a plus. Alright, and then we can move a white gem up, or we can move a blue gem into our gem pool. And I do kind of want to grab that better blue equipment that's out on the board. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and move one of these blue gems up into our gem pool, because we do have this level 3 demon out here that gives us a better armor than we have right now. We definitely want that. Alright, and our fighting is done, so we get to check some achievements, and we do have an achievement because we have 5 skills unlocked right over here. So let's go ahead and take the blessing from the 5 skill slot on the board. Okay, and now we are going to move and take some demons. Alright, so let's move up here. We put out another level 3 demon. Lo and behold, it is a blue demon. Hey, just like the wrestler. Now we are going to be hitting up this treasure chest right here, so we want to sort of plan. Maybe this might be the last time that we get to level up some green gems, and this guy can help us move up some red gems. So why don't we grab this pair right here and go ahead and put it into our demon supply. Alright, so we've got our demon supply. You know what? Why don't we just fight this demon supply? Okay, we want 6s and we want 3s, but I'm not too concerned because we've got open 6 slots right there, so alright, we've got 4, 2, 5, and a 2. Well, we can use our focus to turn that 2 into a 3. Place it right there. And then we can also use 2 of our focus to create 2 6s by flipping these dice. Then they're going to go on those demons right here, and there we go. We killed them all. So we are going to go ahead and move some gems up. So we're going to move green gem right here. And then I think we're going to move a white gem off of here because we want that extra stamina since we've got some stamina spots around the board. And then this guy gets discarded. Alright, and then this guy allows us to move up a gem. We're going to move a white gem up here. Alright, so we've gained levels. Now we get to check achievements, and the reason I wanted to do this before moving and ending the act is we get this achievement right here because we have 3 greens and 3 blues. Alright, and that is our fighting done. So we definitely want to go out and grab some demons. We've got enough stuff to where we don't really need to rest right now. We've also got our rage out. So yeah, let's just grab some more demons. Alright, we are going to advance, and as you can see, we are on the treasure chest space, and then we're going to put out a pair of a level 1 demon and a level 2 demon, and it's a green and a red. And then we're going to take a pair, and then the treasure chest event is going to take hold. Well, I do want those red gems because I do want to equip my Vambrace. So yeah, you know what? Let's grab these guys, and then whatever is on this board is going to get wiped, and we can grab 1 item from this entire board, so no point really in grabbing any of these level 3s and fighting them. So yeah, we're going to resolve the treasure chest event. So we're going to flip these guys over right here. You know what? This seems pretty OP with our versatility skill, because this basically means we can set a die to any number we want as long as it's not the current number on the die, and we can do that 3 times, and with the focus. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. I'm sorry, I can't pass that up. So we're going to go ahead and put the Typhoon into our items, and then we're going to fight the demons that we have. And also all of this gets wiped off the board. You know what? I'm actually more confident now in taking those bad cards when we rest, because we can also unlock... Oh my god. Do you hear that? Those friggin' church bells every hour of the day. Church bells. I hate it. You know what? Maybe I'm the demon. Maybe I should just join the demon lord's side. Alright, so we want a 6, a 4, and a 6. You guys are just gonna have to excuse the clergy in the background. Alright, and then go ahead and roll this. Okay, we've got a 6. So we're gonna go ahead and place our 6 out. We can go ahead and set one of these to a 4. We're going to place that right here. And then we can also stack a focus on one of these 6 spaces, turn one of these into a 6, and place it right over there. And that's all of those demons dead. So we want to do some upgrading. We're going to want to go and use this to move up some red stuff. Although, I mean, it is a boot, so maybe we can get some better blocking out of this guy. But better to have gems in our pool, though. We will have a chance to fight some demons in the future. What we're going to do is we're going to move a red gem right here, and then we're going to move a white gem up here. So we still don't unlock our martial arts, which is good. And we'll discard this guy. And then we'll use this guy to move up a green or a white gem. You know what? I'm actually kind of starting to warm up to the idea of feint, since we have so much stuff that can modify dice. So yeah, let's use this opportunity to move up a green I keep saying a green gem. Let's just use this opportunity to move up a green gem while we're at it. Alright, and that's my turn done. The question is, do we want to move right up to the walls of Sanctum, take some demons and fight them, or do we want to rest? Oh my god, if those church bells keep going on for one more minute, I'm going to jump off a building. Sorry, I know you came for board game content. You probably didn't expect to get annoying church bells in the background content that I can't EQ out. Finally, oh my god, okay. You know, it would be nice if the bells sounded like, you know, somewhat musical, but no. It basically sounds like a car that is running down a highway that's full of used pots and pans. Alright, so what are we going to do? We are going to rest. So we've got 5 skills unlocked, so let's go ahead and take 5 cards off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so what happens here is we're going to discard these, and then these cards right here are going to be stacked on the corner of our board. It's going to go over here, you just can't see it. But anyway, let's go ahead and restore all of our stamina and focus. And then on to the fun part, equip items. Alright, so we are going to disengage the stinger, and we are going to equip the typhoon. And we need 3 blue gems in order to equip that, but that's alright. We've got a white gem, and we've got 2 blue gems right here that we can use. We still can't equip our vambrace, which sucks. We are going to buy some potions. We definitely want to get a green item so we can use these 3 green gems right here. Hopefully we'll get one out. But yeah, buy potions. We're going to get rid of the stinger right here, because I do like the Flameheart sword way more than the stinger, so we're going to discard it. And we're going to let's gain a stamina potion since we don't have a lot of stamina. That's going to go right there. And we're not going to discard our vambrace because we do want the 2 stamina that this card gives us. Alright, so that is our rest. We also check achievements, but we don't have any achievements. But yeah, right now we can't really do anything. I mean, we can rest again, but that would suck. We can't fight. We can basically just move. So we're going to advance to the walls of Sanctum. And here is what it looks like. Pretty cool, huh? Whoever did the art for this game really did a great job. Alright, and we are going to advance into our designated spot right here. This part of the solo mode is really different from the multiplayer game. Basically, this acts as kind of a race that players are trying to get into their spots to grab demons, to fight them, and once you're done fighting demons, you can move up here, and you're basically safe from getting hit by these cards right here. So these cards do come into play in the multiplayer mode at this point, but in the solo mode they do not. You're going to skip the step where these cards come into play. Basically how it works is you're going to draw 2 of them and then flip them over and do whatever bad stuff it says on the other side, but that's only reserved until you actually fight the Demon Lord in the solo mode, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, let's go ahead, go out right here, and then we're going to put out 5 pairs of demons, and each pair has a level 2 and a level 3 demon. Alright, look at all these demons. Now this sucks because these are going to be the last pairs of demons that we are able to grab. So if we're going to get skills, we want to unlock skills here. So we're going to want a green demon for sure, so we can move stuff off of this feint skill that I want. And then we're also going to want green equipment as well. There's only 1 pair out here that has green equipment and green movement. I mean, look, I've just got these 3 green gems right here that I'm not using. I want something green, and I want another red gem to equip the vambrace. So why don't we go with this demon pair right here, so we can get the green equipment for this guy, and then move up some red gems so we can equip the Vambrace. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take this pair right here. Alright, so we want 1, 4, 4, 2, and 5, and we do have our rage. So one of them is not going to die this turn, but that's okay because we've got enough blocking right now as it seems. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, we've got a 6, 4, 2, and a 3. So we definitely want to kill this guy first. So we've got a 4 that we can assign there. Then we can, let's say, subtract by 1 to turn this 2 into a 1. We can just use this 4 space to flip one of these dice into a 4 right here. Nice, that's that guy dead. And then with this 6, I don't think we'll bother changing it just because it's still going to hit us for the full amount of damage, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to push my luck and hope that one of those 4 dice I roll on my next turn comes out with a 2 and a 5 rather than spending something to modify the die right now. So yeah, we're going to be suffering 2 oncoming damage, but we can block now. What we're going to do is we're going to use one of our stamina, put it over this spot on the Flameheart sword, and block 2 damage because it has 2 shields in that spot. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we are going to gain levels and items, and we're just going to see what's on the other side of the shoe. Shadow Striders, we can flip to a 2, which is the same as our Brigand's shoes, and it can block 3 oncoming damage. Kind of disappointed by this one. Alright, and then since we fought, we can check achievements. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we still have 9 equipment levels. We need 10 to grab that achievement. We're most likely not going to get that have 2 different color gems and 4 of each achievement. That was our last chance to move up greens, and we didn't. And we don't have 7 skills out. But let's go ahead. We're just going to fight again. So we're going to fight this guy. We want a 2 and a 5. So please, please, please give us the 2 and 5. Just give us the 2 and the 5. Alright, well, we've got a 5, but sadly we're going to have to use one of these. Let's use that +1, -1 to subtract 1 from this 3 and turn it into a 2. So we'll put the 5 over there and the 2 over there, and that is that guy dead. Now we want to move up some red gems in order to make it easier for this Vambrace to unlock. Now how do we do it in a way that doesn't unlock many skills? That's the only question. Because the more skills, the more cards we take off the top of this deck when we rest. What we're going to do is we're going to move 1, 2. So we are going to unlock this skill right here. So we get 1 permanent stamina into our pool. Alright, so we just moved and we fought those demons. We can't grab any more demon pairs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to breach the walls of Sanctum. Now when we breach the walls of Sanctum in the multiplayer mode, the demon lord roars at you and you take 2 of these, you flip them over and you deal with the consequences. However, in the solo mode, you don't do that. You just skip that. And so as you can see right here, it just says go directly to a brief respite once you breach the walls of Sanctum. Alright, so we're going to move into this space to breach the walls. Kapow! All of this stuff right here is going to get discarded. They don't matter anymore. And now we're going to go to a brief respite, which basically means just take a rest action. Alright, so we are going to rest, and that means we are going to take 6 cards off the top of this deck, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. And that goes into this deck right here, which contains 9 cards. Ugh, I don't like that. that is not good. Anyway, let's do our final rest of the game, because once you're fighting the boss, there's no time to rest. So, we're going to restore. Take all of our focus here, take all of our stamina off right here. Then again, the fun part, equip items. We've got enough to equip both of our items right here. We've got the Shadow Striders. We can just go ahead, place 3 green gems on them right over here. And then we've got the Steel Knight's Vambrace that we can put right here. And we can use this white gem and a red gem in order to equip that one right there. Alright, then the buy potions phase. Let's go ahead and discard our Brigand's shoes right over here. See, the question is, do we want a stamina potion or do we want a focus potion. Yeah, I think we want a focus potion. We definitely want to make it easier to get our focus back. And then our Vambrace is also going to give us 2 permanent stamina. It's permanent because we are not going to take it off, so we'll just put our stamina right there. And there are basically 5 red spots on our board that can take that stamina, so we did pretty good on that part. Hello, future Richard again. Now, Richard was a dummy, and he did not check for achievements after he took that brief rest, and he should have gotten this little blessing over here because he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 equipment levels. So yeah, he should have 6 blessing tokens and not 5. Let's go back to the present. This will be rectified at the moment that it happens. Alright, we took our final brief respite, so now we have to face off against the Demon Lord. Let's go ahead and see what his ugly mug looks like. Demon Lord face reveal in 3, 2, 1. There he is. Pretty scary. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, it is kind of... There is something a little unnerving about how it looks like he's jumping, like, right out to you, like going, "Roo!" and all that. But yeah, now we're going to face off against the Demon Lord. Okay, so once you come to the Demon Lord after your rest, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have at least 5 cards in this deck right here. We have more than 5 cards. You definitely don't want to have no cards in this deck, because that means you're facing off all of these cards when you're fighting the Demon Lord, and that would basically immediately kill you. But anyway, we've got enough cards in here. So, step 1, we're all good. And make sure you make the distinction that these cards are not the same as these cards. These are the ones that we put on our player board. Alright, then you're going to shuffle this deck right here, womp womp womp, and then deal 2 of them out right beside your character, like so. Now, you have to build out the pyramid. This is essential to solo mode. As you can see, there's a diagram of a pyramid right here, and you basically place the cards out up to the number of cards that you place out. And technically, these cards go on the cathedral board, which was the previous board, but I don't have that much camera space, so we're just placing it on the Demon Lord board. It honestly doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's build out our pyramid according to this diagram right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is a good amount of demon cards that we're going to be facing off of. But right now we have to resolve these 2 that we set aside into the cathedral, and we're going to resolve them one at a time. So let's go over to our player board. And finally you get to see what resolving these Demon Lord cards looks like. We're going to resolve them one by one. You're going to flip them over. This one says Firewall, corrupt 1 blue ability space, or take a damage. Also, all the other achievements should have been taken off the achievement board after the brief respite action. And corrupt, what corrupt means is basically you're going to take one of these black corruption tokens and put it over a space, and you can't use that space anymore. And then you have the blessing tokens. Let's not forget about these. You're basically going to flip these over once the fight starts. So we've got some modifiers over here. This one just gives you a focus into your pool, and then these 2 can block some damage, including the damage that is shown on these Demon Lord cards. So if we wanted, we could discard one of these and not take 1 damage right here. But you know what? I think we will take the damage since all those blue spots are kind of essential to us. And we are at full health, so you know what? I don't really care too much about losing 1 health off the bat. But let's see what else we get. This one says Shockwave. Roll 1 less die in your fight. So we'd only be rolling 3 dice. This one I do not like. I'm going to use a shield to block against Shockwave. So we're not going to take that 1 heart of damage, and this is going to go bye-bye. We're going to discard this blessing over here. Alright, and that's the Demon Lord appears phase. After you resolve those 2 cards in your cathedral, what you're going to do is you're going to set up your battle line. And also, when you face off against the Demon Lord, you immediately gain 1 die. So you're going to have 5 dice in your pool that you can use to fight that Demon Lord. So don't forget to take that 1 extra die you get when you start fighting the Demon Lord. And then this setup is going to be the same as in the multiplayer game. Basically, you're going to set up the Demon Lord cards like this. So we shuffled this, and then we're going to put out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And then let's give these Fury cards that we set aside a good shuffle. And then we're just going to put them in between right there so the artwork lines though. Okay, and look at that. That's our beautiful Demon Lord over here. Now, what's the deal with the Demon Lord? Well, basically you're going to place your figurine right here, and then you're going to roll your dice, and you're going to place the dice over the open dice spots that your figurine is currently on. So you can't place dice on any of these future spots right here. You have to do it on the card that you are currently on. Once you place your dice and fill up all the die slots on that card, you're going to move your figurine to the next card, and then if you can place dice, you can do that as well on the card that you're on. However, these Fury cards, they have things that you have to resolve just like these Demon Lord cards whenever you flip these Fury cards over. So you'll flip it over, and then before you're allowed to place dice, you have to do what this space says. In this random case, corrupt one ability space or take another hit of damage. And then once you're done placing dice and resolving Fury cards, and your character can't move anymore, the Demon Lord is going to hit you for all of the exposed damage. So right now, the exposed damage is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The damage does stack, so you want to make sure that you are killing those cards as efficiently as possible. And then every time after you stop fighting and you're done blocking damage, the Demon Lord is going to roar, and you're going to have to resolve each of these cards that's in one row. Every time you fight, for the first 3 times in our case, because we've got 3 rows on the pyramid, we're going to have to deal with all the cards in one row, and that stinks. That absolutely sucks. So yeah, sounds a little weird. Well, you'll see how it works in just a second. But let's go ahead and attack our Demon Lord. Alright, we're going to roll our dice. We can use our potions before we fight, but we do have all of our spots open. We haven't used any of our focus or our stamina, so that would be useless. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll the dice. Roll those bones. Okay, so right now I'm seeing that we have a 1 and a 6, and the first card we're on requires a 1 and a 6. So let's go ahead and place that 6 down, place that 1 down, and we just defeated this card. Now we're going to move on to this card right here. So let's flip it over, and what does it say? It says Terror. Use your rage with no effect, or take 1 damage. Well, I like my rage, so we're going to block that 1 damage with this final shield that we have on our blessing token. And we need a 2 and a 5, 2 and a 5. Alright, so on our board, we are going to subtract by 1 to turn this 6 into a 5. And then we're going to use our flip space to flip this 1 die onto its 2 sides. And we're going to place it out on our Demon Lord card. So we're going to place the 5 there, and we're going to place the 2 there. So we've defeated this card. Now we move on to this card right here, and we need a 3 and a 4. Well, we've only got 1 die left. So we're just going to place the 3 right here, and we're going to corrupt this space because it basically shows that we didn't fully defeat this card. And then these cards right here are going to be removed. Alright, now the Demon Lord is going to attack us for all uncovered damage in the Demon Lord row. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. We are receiving 8 damage. Okay, we have to absolutely block that 8 damage somehow. So let's see. If we put our stamina right here, that would be 2 that we blocked. 3, 4, 5, and then we can put a stamina right here over this 3 space. 6, 7, 8. So that's all 8 damage blocked. But now remember how I said you have to resolve all the Demon Lord cards after you fight on the pyramid? Well, we've got to resolve all 4 of these cards on the bottom row of our Demon Lord pyramid right now. So let's go ahead and see what the Demon Lord is going to do to us. Alright, first up, let's see. Hell Scream, lose 1 blessing or take 1 damage. I'm just going to lose 1 blessing at random. I'll lose the -2 since we've got a -2 on our board. So doesn't really concern me anyway. Then our next Demon Lord card. Lose 1 stamina or lose 1 focus. And let it be known that this lose 1 stamina or 1 focus, it must be from your pool. It cannot be on a space. You know what? I think we're just going to take a hit for this one because I do like my focus. So we're going to decrease our health by 1 and then discard this guy right here. Alright, next up, Shockwave. Roll 1 less die in your next fight or lose a health. You know what? I think we're going to roll 1 less die in our next fight. So we'll go ahead and set a die aside right there. So we're only going to roll 4. So that's that card resolved. And then another Shockwave. Roll 1 less die in your next fight. Dang, that would only be 3 dice. And then we'd be facing 6 damage after that. I think we can risk it though. So you know what? Let's only roll 3 dice on our next fight, because we can still get this card and then this card done if we do enough modifying. So it may seem stupid, but let's go ahead. We'll only be rolling 3 dice on our next fight. So let's go ahead and roll our 3 dice. Alright, immediately what I'm seeing is we do not have a 4, and we do want a 4 there. So I'm going to use a focus to place on this flip focus space and flip a die to 4. And we don't really know what's coming up on that next card, so we'll go ahead and we'll flip this 1 to a 4, since 1s are usually harder to modify. And you know what I just realized I didn't show you is I spent 2 stamina potions before this fight so we could uncover that 3 and that 2 block space right there. I don't know why I didn't show you it or talk about it, but yeah, I did spend them from here, and now these spaces are uncovered. So if you're confused, that's just what happened. Let's get a little more up close and personal. That looks nicer. Anyway, we're going to use this 4 right here, so we've just defeated that space. Now, let's see what this Fury card has in store for us. Ignite. Corrupt 1 ability space or lose 1 health. Oh, and it's got 3 spaces on it. Some of them have 2, some of them have 3. I did not know that. Uh-oh, we're really in a pickle here. Oh, and of course, look, it has a 1 space, and I threw our 1 away by turning it into a 4. Okay, but corrupt 1 ability space, and that has to be an open ability space. What do we want to corrupt? We're going to corrupt this space right here for the Royal Mantle, because we've got all this focus that we can keep using. Alright, and then we need a 1, 4, and 5, so we're not going to be defeating this card. And we only have a 6 and a 2 out here. And our blessings are currently no good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over our rage to turn one of these dice into a 1. Let's just say it's this one. So that goes over this card right here. We'll just put that down. And then I don't really want to spend more focus because I've only got 3 left right over here. So you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. I'm only going to assign those 2 dice because I'm still going to take the full brunt of damage from this card right here regardless if I assign dice, and I don't want to lose that focus adding an extra hit onto that card. You know what? Let's go for it, because we do have that blessing that gives us another focus. Let's go ahead and use this blessing. And then let's place a focus. Let's see, we need a 4 on this plus or minus 2 space, and let's turn this 6 into a 4 right here. Alright, so we're going to place that 4 on the Demon Lord card right there. So we're going to use 2 corrupted tokens to note that we hit these 2 spaces. Let's go ahead and consolidate our demon line. Let's move some of this stuff over. Alright, and then the Demon Lord is going to hit us for all the exposed damage it's got. So it's going to hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. Alright, going to hit us for 7. So we can block 5 of that immediately by using our stamina. But you know what? Let's save that 3 stamina for our future. So we're going to block 2 of that. We're going to block 3 of that right there. Since we can use this from the cloak armor to add to another space, it's not like we're losing this focus right here. You know what? Let's swap this guy out for that guy. So we'll block 4 damage. We'll take 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. We're down to 5 health, half health. But our nightmare isn't over yet because we still have 2 Demon Lord cards on the next row of our pyramid to resolve. Let's go ahead and see what the Demon Lord's going to do to us. Lose 1 stamina or 1 focus. Let's lose 1 focus, because we've got these potions right here that we can regenerate our focus. Hell Scream, lose 1 blessing. Alright, we'll lose a blessing. Let's lose this plus 1 blessing. Why? I have no idea. And now we're going to go on to the fighting phase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these 2 potions to get 2 focus back. Now we don't have to take this guy back because we can still use this guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these 2 guys back since these spaces are good for modifying stuff. Alright, and then let's go ahead. We get to roll all 5 of our dice. Hallelujah. Okay, we've got some 6s, some 2s, some 4s, so let's see what we can do. We'll go ahead and place this 5 right here, and then move on to this card. Now we need a 5 and a 6. Well, we've got our 6 right here, and we've got our 4 right here that we can change into a 5. Let's do that by moving a focus from here, from the cloak armor, so we also free up an armor space, and let's add it to that +1, -1 spot right there. So this 4 gets 1 added to it, and it becomes a 5. Alright, so we'll place that 5 on that Demon Lord space right there. That's those spaces defeated. And then let's see what we get from this friggin' Fury card right here. Oh my goodness, Flame Blast. Pay for 1 ability space, ignore its effect, or take 2 damage. Okay, we're gonna pay for an ability space. We're gonna pay for this ability space right here. And now we've got a 1 and a 2 in our die supply. And we want a 3 and a 6 somehow. So we do have a ±3 blessing, but that can only get this up to 5 and this up to 4. So we really are gonna have to do some modifications. Or not. Yeah, maybe it would be wiser to get our rage back and just focus on blocking the damage that's coming to us. So we're not going to place out any more dice, so we get to flip our rage back here, because our rage is going to be instrumental to us. And then let's see, we're suffering 2, 4, 6 damage. Okay, we can cover up this spot, which blocks 2 damage, and then we can cover up this spot, which blocks 1 damage, and again, we can use focus from our cloak armor on other ability spaces. So that is 3 damage successfully blocked, so we're going to take 3 hits, 1, 2, 3. We're down to 2 health. Do you think we're gonna make it? I don't think so, unless we get like really super lucky. Okay, but let's not forget that there's one final Demon Lord card on that pyramid. It's gonna be right here, so we've got to resolve this puppy. And after you resolve your last Demon Lord card, you guys just keep fighting and fighting until that Demon Lord is dead or you perish. Alright, let's see. Inflict pain. Lose 1 stamina. Well, we don't have any stamina in our pool, so we can't do that, so we get hit for 1. Wonderful. So we'll go ahead and move our health down to that 1 space right there. Alright, we're going to get all of our dice back from here. So we've still got 5 dice that we're rolling with. These guys are going to be discarded. Man, we are so close to the end, and yet we just got pummeled and pummeled. So let's go ahead and roll our dice. Got 5, 1, 2, 6, and 2. Okay, well, immediately I see that we can get the 6 from here. We just need a 3. We'll use the focus from the cloak armor and place it on this question mark space. And why don't we turn one of these 2s into a 3 that way. So we'll place the 3 right there. That's that card finished. Then let's go over to this card right here. We need a 1 and a 5. Easy peasy. We've got that. That's that card defeated right there. And then we're going to get killed by the Fury card. So let's see. Tail swipe. For this fight, lose 1 die not yet assigned or take a hit. Well, if we take a hit, then we die. So let's go ahead and just lose this die for this fight, and we'll end our fight there. So now the Demon Lord is going to hit us with all the uncovered damage it has, and it has 3 uncovered damage. So now we go to our blocking phase, and look at this. We only have 1 space that can block 1 damage, and obviously we're going to take 2 damage from that 3 damage, and that means that we are dead. Dead with 2 cards left in the Demon Lord line, which, you know what, during my practice run, I actually didn't get that far, so I kind of did a little bit better this time. But yeah, the Demon Lord is not easy, especially when you're taking those cards that go into the pyramid and just pummel you after you keep fighting. Alright guys, and there we go, quite the anticlimactic end to Sanctum, the dice management hack and slash game where you are upgrading your character, fighting demons, and trying to get super strong to finally defeat that Demon Lord. We did not rise up to the challenge this time, but in the future, you know, maybe we might be able to overtake. But anyway, what did you guys think? I definitely think that this game is interesting. I do really like I said in the previous video, how it kind of incorporates that theme of Diablo into its gameplay. I mean, the combat is really simple. It's basically just rolling your dice and then assigning them to demons. All the turns are really snappy, really quick. It's mostly that upgrading part that can kind of catch you, and also the take demons part where you're kind of deciding, you know, what equipment do I want to take, or do I want to upgrade my gems, but will I get to do this in the future because of the randomness? One of the things I really like about the skills of these characters is you can kind of choose which ones you want to go hard into for your game, which ones you want to utilize more. And, you know, some of these skills here that I didn't use, they're still good. Like the feint skill, that could have helped me. The double strike, not martial arts as much. I don't know why martial arts is there. But yeah, so even within the skills for the characters, they're kind of versatile. It's kind of surprising, actually. So yeah, Sanctum, solo, that's how it plays. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough, even though I got my butt whooped. And if you played this one before, tell me what you think of it in the comments. What did you like? What did you not like? I always like hearing multiple differing opinions on a game. Maybe I can get a solo review of this out in the future. We'll see. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Get some rest. Again, I am Richard. This has been Bedside Tabletop. Thank you for watching.